Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Nothing at All. Mustn't have sorted my hair out, excuse me. I trust you're all well. And we'll start the questions in 10 minutes. Lovely stuff. I'm just going to watch Sheffield Wednesday on the telly, if that's all right. The questions will start in 8 minutes, by the way, so do get on with your pictures and so on. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you. Good evening. I trust you are well. Hello, Ruth. Good. We're going to start in 3 minutes, by the way. Hello, James. Right. Sorry, I'm not watching Sheffield Wednesday at all. I'm doing my job efficiently. Right. Who is? Oh, is there anyone specifically not ready or waiting for someone? If so, announce yourself in the chat. If not, I'm meant to start in 30 seconds plus injury time. Oh, I need something to. Oh, we'll use this copy of Ovid's Amores, Book 2, to indicate that a question is on its way. Okay? Lovely stuff. No one has said anything, so let us begin. And let us begin with question number 16, which is on TV, ladies and gentlemen. And when it comes to celebrities who started to spell their surname correctly but then went awry, you can't say much fairer than Tony Bellew, who, alongside John Fashanu, the inevitable Katie Price, and the even more inevitable Joey Essex, were amongst the imbeciles who decided to take part in Celebrity SAS, Who Dares Wins, presented by which absolute goiter of a man who was never in the SAS, although seems to think he is. He's the second scariest pretend military man behind the bloke who used to run that army surplus store near the Mason's Arms. You know him? Who's the presenter of Celebrity SAS? Who Dares Wins? He's a bad human. Excuse me briefly. That's better. Question 17 is on sport, and probably my favourite thing in the entire lockdown 1 period was in boxing, where precautions were taken to control the spread of the coronavirus during the walk-ons of the boxers, safety precautions which then went out the window as the boxers proceeded to smash the shit out of each other in a controlled fashion. Boxing, however, is weak compared to the serious insanity of the UFC, ladies and gentlemen, even down to the boxing's feeble square ring, in stark contrast to the ring used in the UFC, which is highly virile on account of having how many sides? How many sides does the ring used in the UFC have? It's often referred to by a word which gives away the answer. Question 18 is on buildings, ladies and gentlemen, buildings, and excessive use of the word donut. Ladies and gentlemen, excessive use of the word donut is indicative of one of three things. One, being my grandfather, a man of such magnitude that he would inject extra dam into a donut via the syringe given to him to combat diabetes. Excessive use of the word donut is also indicative of being Brian Conley, also working at the building called the Donut near Cheltenham in Gloucestershire, home to which government agency? The Donut, ladies and gentlemen, near Cheltenham in Gloucestershire, home to which government agency? Question 19, ladies and gentlemen, is on the new classic subject, the shoes of Wikipedia. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to describe a type of shoe to you, and all you need to do is tell me which shoe fits this description. So X are casual rope-soled, flat, but sometimes high-heeled shoes. They usually have a canvas or cotton fabric upper and a flexible sole made of esparto rope. The esparto rope sole is the defining characteristic of this shoe. The uppers vary widely in style. X are a typical form of Spanish summer footwear with strong historical ties to the regions of Catalonia and the Basque Country. Although they are still widely manufactured in Spain, some production has moved to Bangladesh. Originally peasant footwear, they were popularized throughout the 20th century by many cultural figures, including Picasso, presumably Pablo, not specified, Salvador Dali, and later John F. Kennedy or Yves Saint Laurent. What type of shoe is that? Question 20 is on films. In which 2012, or what is the name of the 2012 political satire in which Sacha Baron Cohen portrays the fictional Admiral General Aladdin, the leader of the fictional Republic of Wadia? What was that film? Sacha Baron Cohen playing Admiral General Aladdin, the leader of the fictional Republic of Wadia. What film is that from 2012? Question 21 is on food. Which slang term for a popular foodstuff, certainly popular in this household, comes from the fact that in wartime, due to a shortage of traditional ingredients, they'd use more grain and meal for stuffing this item, causing it to explode when it was cooked due to increased expansion. So a popular foodstuff, but I'm looking for the slang term for it, which comes from the fact that in wartime, due to a shortage of traditional and more expensive ingredients, it was stuffed with more grain and meal, causing it to explode when it was cooked. I'm looking for the slang term. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink. Question 22. What I'm going to give you now is 10 seemingly entirely unconnected things, which upon closer scrutiny by you avid band of housebound scrutineers are in fact conjoined by a single unifying theme. All you need to do is tell me what the unifying theme is. So what links the following 10 things? A 2016 Coen Brothers film, Oasis, the Canadian musician born Darren Kenneth O'Brien, Around the World in 80 Days, Kerry Von Erich, a 1960s game launched by Milton Bradley and famously played by Eva Gabor and Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show. A 1993 point-and-click adventure video game first launched on the Apple Mac. A 2007 Danny Boyle film. Less helpfully, the 2018 Golden Boot. And even less helpfully, Sean Connery's Lemon. I'll give you those again. A 2016 Coen Brothers film, Oasis, Canadian musician Darren Kenneth O'Brien, Around the World in 80 Days, Kerry Von Erich, a 1960s game launched by Milton Bradley and famously played by Eva Gabor and Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show, a 2007 Danny Boyle film, a 1993 point-and-click adventure video game set in some fantasy world released for the Mac. Unhelpfully, the 2018 Golden Boot, and Sean Connery's Lemon. What links those 10 things? Question 23 now. Exciting news, ladies and gentlemen. Over the last few weeks, last week, in fact, I've become very much embroiled in the world of internet road fandom. And as such, we'll no longer be referring to A roads as two-digit A roads. They'll be referred to as entries 10 to 99 in what is known as the Big 99. Okay? That's what we experts. That's sort of terminology we like to use, okay? All this taken from the excellent website saberroads.org, which describes the road thus. The blank runs through the middle of the traditional East End, and on South End, traditionally, the closest seaside town to East London, providing recreational and leisure activities for Londoners from the dawn of the railway and motoring era to the modern day. The fares policy of the Great Eastern Railway in the Victorian era and its associated house building programme, essentially pile 'em high, sell 'em cheap, encouraged the artisan class to flock to that end of the metropolitan area and thus turn the corridor into a suburban commuter artery for London. The blank travels on a route closer to the River Thames than the A127 Southend arterial road, which runs further inland. Thus, it passes the necessary but rather unsavoury functions essential to a modern city: sewage, gasworks, oil refineries, etc., all located along the river for easy access, as well as downwind from the city itself. Historically, docks and shipyards have also been located along the Thames estuary, with the blank providing access to these. As the docks started to decline and container ports moved to deeper ports further downstream, the Ford Motor Company moved in, providing employment as well as increased mobility to residents of the East End. Beautiful words, essentially saying this road is horrible. But which road is it, ladies and gentlemen? It's one of entries 10 to 99 in the Big 99. That's a two-digit A road to the uninitiated. Which road is that? Question 24, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV, and as we know, it's harder to watch TV that's already been on than ever before. Virtually impossible. No video plus codes anymore. However, the BBC attempted to stop this with their iPlayer. Ladies and gentlemen, ITV attempting to make it unbearable to watch any television by putting everything on the ITV hub. However, the BBC and ITV have joined forces to create the UK's answer to Netflix. If Netflix was asking the question, can you make a shit version of Netflix, please, but with the entire series of Don't Wait Up on it. This new platform, however, the UK's answer to Netflix, is also the home of the new Spitting Image series, which I've been lucky enough to see and is shit. At first I thought it was all right, and I've subsequently thought it's shit. What is it called, ladies and gentlemen? A new platform, a joint venture between BBC and ITV, which shows archives, which is an archive of old, mostly British television. What's that called? Question 25 is on films. Scarlett Johansson, whose work I've enjoyed watching in the lockdown period, was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Their terminology, not mine. Best Supporting Actress at the most recent Oscar ceremony for her role in Jojo Rabbit. She was also nominated for Best Actress the same year for which film? Her role in which film? So Best Supporting Actress for her role in Jojo Rabbit, but Best Actress for her role in which film? Question 26, ladies and gentlemen. My girlfriend, by the way, who is real, just I met on holiday, so you won't know her, said to me this morning that one of her favourite traits in a partner is for the overbearing male to feel the need to elucidate on a subject in which he perhaps is less experienced or knowledgeable than his other half, which is lucky, I have to say. By what portmanteau, that means like a word that's joined together, love. By what portmanteau word is this phenomenon known? An overbearing male explaining something which is perhaps less knowledgeable or experienced than the person to whom he is explaining it. What is that known as? Question 27 is on sport, ladies and gentlemen. The Formula One season has been a bit weird with some of the GPs not named after countries or continents or anything like that. So Silverstone, for example, hosted 2 Grand Prix in this year's Formula One Championship, the British Grand Prix, and then a week later the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. And Italy will have hosted 3, albeit at different circuits: Imola, Monza, and Mugello. Yeah, ignore that. 2 other countries will, by season's end, have hosted multiple GPs. The official Grand Prix of that country, and the other 2, which are across the various hosts, called the Styrian and the Sakhir Grand Prix. Name either of those 2 countries that will have hosted 2 Grand Prix, with the other ones being called the Styrian and the Sakhir Grand Prix. Either of those countries. So not England or UK, and not Italy, but either of the 2 countries will host 2, with the other 2 called the Styrian and the Sakhir Grand Prix. Which 2 countries are those? Just either of them is fine. I don't need both, just one. Clever Claude. Question 28. With the exception of a pub owned by England paceballer Stuart Broad, the largest reservoir in England by surface area is perhaps the only prominent feature of a county after which it is named. What is the name of this reservoir? So, perhaps the only notable feature of a county after which it is named. What is the name of the largest reservoir in England by surface area? What is the name of that reservoir? Question 29 is on TV. Which Yorkshire town or city is also the name, or the surname, of the policeman in Postman Pat? The policeman in Postman Pat. His surname is also the name of a Yorkshire town or city. What is that town, city, or surname? Town or city and surname. Good. Question 30, the last one for a bit. What black tea, ladies and gentlemen, what black tea that's in the title of a 2007 film directed by Wes Anderson is named after an Indian district in the Himalayan foothills? That's the name of a tea named after a district, an Indian district in the Himalayan foothills. It also appears in the title of a 2007 film directed by Wes Anderson. Not his best work, in my opinion. What is that name? Okay. Question 31 to 40. As ever, raiding the YouGov popularity archives. What I need is the 10 in the UK most highly thought of, most approved of non-beer alcohol brands. Okay, that's brands. So, for example, if you thought York Gin was one, it isn't, amazingly. Then you just put that would just be one. All the York Gins come under the York Gin banner. Okay, so that's 31 to 41 in each one as ever. I'll give you 5 minutes to do that. Some unusual choices, but they are all brands, unlike a meal of just chips last week. Or who's your favourite artist? Ooh, Christopher Wren. It's very close, by the way. Oh, those of you who know him, and many of the participants this evening are celebrating, in however you would celebrate something these days, the 50th birthday of Mr. Andrew Squirrel, who many of you may know, some of you biblically. And he's, at the volunteer arm. So it's a slightly, what's the word? dampened affair. Let's call it dampened. Low key. So there may be those of you who wish to wish Squirrel a happy birthday, in whatever way you see most fit. Oh, non-beer or cider, I should say. Sorry if you've just wasted your time putting some cider brands in. Non-beer or cider or lager or anything like that. Basically, are they all spirits? Yeah, I think they are. They're all things you get in short measures. So sorry if you put wine or cider in, please change those answers. It will be fine. Do you know what, Stephanie? I wasn't answering you. I was answering some of the answers that have been given. But, job's done, isn't it? Intimate. That was the word I was looking for. An intimate affair. Is that Elvis in the round? In some, but not all the ways. I'll give you another minute or so to do that. Okay. Question 41, ladies and gentlemen, on the internet. Founded by Jack Yam and Sam Conte in 2013. What is the name of the membership platform that allows, for example, YouTubers, podcasters, bloggers, writers, and other creatives to provide subscription content to their followers? So founded by Jack Yam and Sam Conte. It's like a blogging platform, really, but also allows for other things. Which membership platform allows YouTubers, podcasters, bloggers, writers, and other creatives, God, I hate the noun creatives, to provide subscription content to their followers? What is the name of that platform? Question 42. Now, Idris Elba's a popular sort. Doesn't he? Seems popular. Based surely entirely on his acting ability. Life hasn't always been quite so trusty for Mr. Elba, however, indeed, most strikingly, in the late 90s, he was a jobbing soap actor. In which programme did he play the character Tim Webster from its launch in 1997 to 1998? Idris Elba, gentlemen, was a regular cast member in a soap opera from its launch in 1997 to 1998. What soap opera? Tim Webster was the character that he played. Question 43. Now, this is one of those slightly probably quizzy questions about film titles in other countries, but this one appears to be genuine. And it is genuine. As what? In order to avoid causing religious offence, was the film The Pope Must Die? Robbie Coltrane. The Pope Must Die was called what in some parts of America upon release to avoid causing religious offence? The Pope Must Die. What was that called? Some parts of America to avoid causing religious offence. Question 44 is on video games. On the list now, the enemies, the baddies, impeding our hero in a classic arcade video game. All you need to do is tell me which game this is. So the enemies are there's three entries. There's Coily. Coily at first appears as a purple egg that bounces to the bottom of the pyramid and then transforms into a snake that chases after blank. Ugg and Wrong Way, two purple creatures that hop along the sides of the tubes in an Escher-esque manner. Starting at either the bottom left or bottom right corner, they keep moving towards the top right or top left side of the pyramid respectively, and fall off the pyramid when they reach the end. And Slick and Sam, two green creatures that descend down the pyramid and revert cubes whose colour has already been changed. Are the baddies in which game? Coily, a purple egg stroke snake. Ugg and Wrong Way, just purple creatures that go at the side and then down the bottom and then fall off. And Slick and Sam, who are green and descend down the pyramid, changing the colour of the cubes. Which video game do they feature in? Question 45 is on sport and rugby union. Which former England fly half is the all-time record point scorer in Premiership Rugby Union? Former England international, who's the all-time record point scorer in Premiership Rugby Union. Who is he? Question 47 is on geography. Which two US state capitals? That's not next. Sorry, that's 47. 46 is on magazines and music. Which singer has cemented his position as best Sheffield United supporter by A, not being imprisoned, and B, maintaining the staff of Q magazine after the publications ceased to exist? Made a generous donation. Which singer is that? A singer who recently made a donation to the staff of Q magazine to enable them to pay their bills and so on over the winter. Which singer is that? Question 47 is on geography. Surprisingly, which two US state capitals contain the name of the state in the name of the capital? I need both of them for the point. The two US state capitals that contain the name of the state in the name of the state capital. What are those state capitals? Question 48 is on pubs. What linked pubs called the Flying Horse, the Queen's Head, the Malt Shovel, and the Dagmar? The Flying Horse, the Queen's Head, the Malt Shovel, and the Dagmar. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to be quite specific with this answer. Okay? Flying Horse, the Queen's Head, the Malt Shovel, and the Dagmar. Question 49, ladies and gentlemen. Had a bit of time on my hands this week, ladies and gentlemen, so natural, normal fashion, settled down with Google to search some cracking videos. Imagine my disappointment, therefore, upon my searching for horny toads and bearded dragons, to find that instead of the desired content, merely resulted in me finding footage of witch creatures. Ladies and gentlemen, horny toads and bearded dragons are not what I was after at all, but are in fact examples of witch creatures. Question 50 is on the year 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Now, some of you may have found this year quite difficult. I mean, it has been had its ups and downs, hasn't it? But for me, a lifelong fan of pandemic briefings, it's been an absolute goal. Mine, obviously, we all came to know and love and respect. Chris Whitty, early in the year, ladies and Chris Whitty, was known as his pal. So Chris Whitty's chief medical advisor was known as his pal, the chief scientific advisor to the government of the United Kingdom, the most ignored man in the world. The chief scientific advisor to the government of the United Kingdom. What's his name? A star of the coronavirus briefings. What's his name? Mate of Chris Whitty. Wouldn't we all love to be Chris Whitty's mate? Chief medical advisor for Scotland now. Someone I was at university with, which just goes to show that my notion at the time that the impressive traits in adult life were drinking as much port as possible, very cost-effective way to booze port, doesn't maybe produce further success. But is she doing the quiz now online to about 14 people? I don't think so. Question 51 is on TV. The town, ladies and gentlemen, the town in which popular children's TV series Balamory was filmed, shares its name with a character in which other children's TV series and books and whatnot, but we'll go with the TV series for now. The town in which the TV series Balamory was filmed shares its name with a character in which other children's TV series? Question 52 is not next. Yes, question 52 is next. It's on sports and sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen. As part of a promotion with a well-known condiment company, to what did perennial runner-up Jimmy White change his name in 2006? A promotion for a well-known condiment company. To what did Jimmy White, snooker star Jimmy White, change his name in 2006? Question 53 is on films and comic books. The comic book adaptations, so the comic book adaptations V for Vendetta, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, From Hell, and Watchmen are all based on original works. By which comic book artist and writer? V for Vendetta, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, From Hell, and Watchmen are all based on original works. By which comic book artist and writer? Question 54. The website Creative Review nominated a certain advertising slogan as the best of the 20th century. It is 3 5-letter words which all end with the same letter, 2 of them incorrectly. What is that slogan? The best advertising slogan of the 20th century, according to the website Creative Review, is 3 5-letter words all ending with the same letter, 2 of them incorrectly. What is that slogan? I could repeat 51, James, sorry. Wednesday just equalised. Not on my screen, they didn't. I mean, I am watching it, Claire. Question 51. Sorry, the town in which the TV series Balamory was filmed shares its name with a character from which other TV series? The town in which Balamory was set shares its name with a character from which other TV series? Question 55. Ladies and gentlemen, question 55. The last question in this round, which word of 5 letters or more has appeared in the title of hit singles by all the following artists? The Police, Elvis Costello, R.E.M., Mystique, Bucks Fizz, and the Libertines. One word, 5 letters or more appeared in the title of hit singles by the Police, Elvis Costello, R.E.M., Mystique, Bucks Fizz, and the Libertines. Ladies and gentlemen, please now feel free to tuck into the music round, and we'll be back at 5 to 10 for the pointless questions and your jackpot. Lovely stuff. You have 15 minutes. Do keep, if you haven't already done so, your donation will be very much appreciated. By the way, the YouTube, the PayPal link is in the what's it. Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. And thank you, Dave. Do not worry about the timing. It's very close, by the way. Why am I there? It's very close. And thank you, James. Lovely. You have 5 minutes to finalise those bits. And any other answers, you don't. You doesn't. You can do everything you want now. Okay. Um, let's get on with the pointless questions. So the chords, you might want to just check your first few answers because I haven't got anything that's come through for them at all. So if you want to just re-enter them or whatever, if you've got nothing in, doesn't matter. You'll have plenty of time to do that now. So your pointless questions are: name any Englishman to have been a full-time manager in the Premier League. Any flavour of soup on Andy Warhol's Campbell soup tins painting, the one with the 32, or any artist who had a number one single in the 1990s that is credited on the UK number one single on the 1990s in the title of the artist, okay? Not just if they played on it. They're credited in the artist, okay? So any English Premier League manager in men's football, any flavour of soup on the Andy Warhol 32 can Campbell soup artwork, or any artist who had a UK number one single in the 1990s. Your tiebreak question is how many? Now, Peter Dowderswell. Peter Dowderswell is a hero of mine. He has a lot of world records for eating. But how many soft-boiled eggs did Peter Dowderswell manage to eat in 55 seconds, breaking the record? Okay, how many did he eat in 55 seconds? Okay, I'm going to give you until I'll give you 5 minutes from now, or 6 minutes from now. So 3 minutes past 10, ladies and gentlemen. Go. That will, of course, only be used to break ties. Unless someone does it spot on, in which case they'll get a point. As ever, in your 3 minutes time, when you've finished the quiz, click save, tick the 3 boxes, and then finish. You've got 3 minutes yet, though. Well, you've got until I finish this cigarette. You've got this much time left, by the way. This much. You see that? Mm-hmm. Strong. Okay. I've finished, by the way, so I'm going to stop the quiz in 10 seconds. Are you counting in your head? Yeah. What are you up to? 7. To give a brown delicious to the face if you're not careful. Stop the quiz. Here, ladies and gentlemen. Some delicious answers. On the pictures, the first one being Rob Gretton pretending to be Andy Burnham's Paddy Considine. The man without his pizza is not Papa John, it was Frankie Valli. The Four Seasons, you see. The third is someone called Megan the Stallion, who can't spell John Savident. Peter Such, ladies and gentlemen, Peter Such. Violet Berlin. Kevin James. And Paul Blart Molcop. Ray Houghton, ladies and gentlemen. Catherine Parkinson. The chess genius Bobby Fischer. 11 was Jennifer Love Hewitt. 12th is Ray Romano. The 13, ladies and gentlemen, was Tanisha Geronimo, who played Linda Fowler in Emmerdale. I've known that for ages. The 14 was In for a Penny, In for a Pound. Nice, easy one. 15 was Fruit Machine. Number 16, the SAS twonk, is Ant Middleton. Number 17, it has 8 sides. It's an octagon, 8 sides. Question 18 is the GCHQ. Headquarters is the donut. Question 19, they were called espadrilles. 20, the film is The Dictator. 21, the foodstuff was, of course, the excellent song for sausages, Bangers. 22, oh good, everyone got this. The Coen Brothers film was Hail Caesar. Oasis were formerly known as Rain. Canadian musician Darren Kenneth O'Brien is, of course, Snow. Around the World in 80 Days stars Phileas Fogg. Kerry Von Erich was a wrestler known as the Texas Tornado. The game was Twister. Danny Boyle film was Sunshine. The 1993 point-and-click adventure was Mist. The 2018 Golden Boot was won by Harry Kane. I'm such a twat. And Sean Connery's Lemon is, of course, a little bit shower. I'm so sorry. It's a little bit shower. The A road was the A13. One of the big 99, of course. The TV platform was BritBox. The film was Marriage Story. 26, Claire, who is not helping right now, likes having mansplained to her. Mansplaining. 27, Austria or Bahrain are those countries. 28, Rutland Water. 29, the Yorkshire PC Selby, or to give him his full name, PC Selby Leisure Centre. Please, from 30 is Darjeeling, the Darjeeling Company. 31, your brands, 31 to 40, your brands are Smirnoff, Southern Comfort, Beefeater, the Famous Grouse, Glenfiddich, Pimm's, Malibu, Bailey's, Bacardi, and Jack Daniels. 41, Patreon is that platform, not OnlyFans, you dirty coots. 42, it was in Family Affairs. 43, it was known as the Pope Must Diet in the US and Canada. 45, Charlie Hodgson is a leading point scorer. 46, Paul Heaton funded those things. 47, everyone knows that. 47, Oklahoma City and Indianapolis. 48, which someone got, so it is possible. They're all the other pubs in soap operas. So the Flying Horse and the Queen's Head where Seth drank in Emmerdale, and the Dagmar was Wilmot Brown's place in EastEnders. 49, they're all lizards. 50, Sir Patrick Vallance. 51, well, it was set in Tobermory, so the other TV series is The Wombles. 52, Jimmy White changed his name to Jimmy Brown after sponsorship from HP Source. 53, they were all by Alan Moore. 54, the slogan was Beans Means Hines. On 55, stand was the word. I can't stand losing you, can't stand up for falling down. Stand by REM. One Night Stand by Mr. Deep, to the sound of the DJ playing our song, Ding Ding, round one. If You Can't Stand the Heat by Butch Fizz, Rita Cudgington, and Can't Stand Me Now by the Libertines, or indeed at all. On to the music round. Point for each one. The first one was the Hollies with I'm Alive. Then it was the Temptations with Just My Imagination. Then the Smiths with Big Mouth Strikes Again. Then Seldom Heard in Quizzes, Gorky's I Got It Monk with Patio Son. There was Fall Out Boy with Sugar We're Going Down. Then it was Sid Barrett with The Effervescing Elephant. Then it was David Bowie with Rock and Roll Suicide. Then it was Eric Carmen with Hungry Eyes. And Tina Turner with Golden Eye. And then Lord with Green Light, ladies and gentlemen. Your pointless answers were, for the soups, you could have had pepper pot, split pea, black ham, tomato rice, beef and bacon, bean and bacon, turkey noodle, chicken gumbo, cream of celery, turkey vegetable, and the classic vegetarian vegetable soup. Your number one artist, you could have had any of the following: Partners in Crime, Maria McKee, Iron Maiden, The Clash, must be a bit of Levi's there, Freddie Mercury, Tony DeBart, it's the beard there, Eric Clapton, who played guitar on Love Can Build a Bridge and was a credited artist, Dun Blaine, cheerfully, let's keep it light, LL Cool J, 112, who I think were on I'll Be Missing You. Another Level, ladies and gentlemen, Dame Bowers. Another Level, Space Dust, which is Gin and Tonic, I think. Shanks and Bigfoot, Sweet Like Chocolate, and the Wamdoo Project, ladies and gentlemen, the Wamdoo Project, whose King of My Castle, at 14 letters, is the longest title of a number one hit single, not to repeat a letter. Very much the Bricklehampton of the charts. And your managers, you could have had Tony Parks, Roy McFarland, someone got that, probably Frankie, Brian Laws, Les Reed, someone got that, Mike Phelan, John Lyle, Lenny Lawrence, Neil Adams at Norwich, Chris Ramsey at QPR, Steve Widley at Southampton, Doug Livermore at Spurs, or Terry Burton, ladies and gentlemen. And Peter Dowd as well did not, as I just had to explain, eat 137 eggs in 55 seconds at a rate of 1 every 0.4 seconds. He had 32, ladies and gentlemen. One team, a couple of teams very close. Your leaderboard, your reduced leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen, missing out on a podium slot, but with a commendable score of 46. Amy and Dave, well done, Amy and Dave. The third, ladies and gentlemen, third, 3 points behind with a score of 56. No effing pub, a fine effort. In second, ladies and gentlemen, with a Krypton factor of 57, of the website editor and music journalist from York. The Chords, 57, which means are now perennial winners, ladies and gentlemen. But the Dance to Otters laughing all the way down the M4. Well done. Thank you all for taking part. It's been a fucker of a week, I'll be honest. Thank you all. We'll have more players next week, because mainly because no one will be able to do anything. But thank you all for taking part, and I'll see you later. Thank you for donations. Bye-bye.